You know, one of the things as we look around our world today, you see in the third world countries, we've always seen that, the suffering and the starvation, the famines that come in. And sometimes when you live in the West and you live in a country like we live in, we see it, but it's not always a part of our life. But recently, as of late, I think we've all been stretched and pulled with a number of things that are disconcerting to many of us. I mean, we see, the things that are going on in the world. We see the pandemics. We see the civil unrest going on and all of these things. And what's interesting is that there's just a passage of Scripture in James chapter 5, and it's verse 13, just a small little section, but it's so true. And I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be vulnerable here and say sometimes I miss this, and maybe you'll go me too as well. But it says in verse 13, is anyone among you suffering? And I don't know what your answer would be, but I think many of us are enduring some things during this time. What would you think James would say? I think what he says is absolutely imperative that we get, but it's maybe a little counterintuitive in some of the ways that we think. He says, anyone among you suffering, he says, let him pray. Can I just share with you that the most important thing that we can do when we're going through difficulties is to pray. I can't explain how all of that works. I wish I could, but what I can tell you is when we get disconnected from God in our prayer life, the things of this world become really challenging. But when we're connected to God, when we're abiding in Him, things change. So could I just challenge you today? Because I'm sure all of us have something that we're going through. The answer is, let him pray. Would you take a moment today, set aside 3, 4, 5 minutes, and just talk with God and pray? I have a feeling just that little bit of extra moment in your life of spending time with God will make a difference for both you and me.